things.
So many wires for activities.
Yeah, can definitely run all the things.
And you know what that means? Light bars. We can have all the light bars.
No.
What's up, Brite Nation, and welcome officially to day 8 in what will hopefully be our last day working on the Stepchild, doing this complete and total makeover. It has been a long ride. There's a lot to this. Obviously, we have the motor, we have the transmission, the entire engine swap itself, then we have the axles plus the drive shafts, plus all the little things. But the good news is we found the wiring harness to the Baja Designs LP6s, which means we got those wired up and working. So they're no longer just for show. Now, today though, we do have to wrap up a ton of other miscellaneous little things. We need to get limiting straps in. We have to get our skid plates modified so that they'll actually fit, so we have protection underneath the engine. We have to get our switches all hooked up, which that's another surprise. We'll show you how we're doing that here in a little bit. But that includes our ARB lockers. For those of you who didn't know, we are going with ARB air lockers, plus those ARB compressors that we got. We also need to get the AC charged, because I don't know if you guys know, but it is getting hot as balls here in California right now. And our next stop, we have to leave in just a day or so, is gonna be Las Vegas, which is even hotter. So weirdly enough, AC is now on the priority list of things that we need to get done to the Stepchild. And then of course, to wrap it all up, is the wrap. So, but first things first, the limiting straps. So let's take you back to our favorite, most loved technician ever, Danny.
All right, so something cool that we got to add were these limiting straps. Now the Dynatrac XD80 rear axle is pretty heavy. Then we have the 40s, the bead locks. Everything hangs from the shocks. Basically the shocks are always your limiting factor. So when you're flexing, or if I ever decide to jump this thing, the shocks would be what stop all of this weight from going any further. That's a lot of weight. And so what we did was we added limiting straps. So instead of the shock pulling all the way out and holding that weight, we have these straps now that will hold all that weight just about, we set it up about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch from full droop. So you're losing a tiny bit of flex, but it's for safety. All right, that way we're not ripping shocks apart or blowing them out. These straps will save that. We'll probably end up doing them in the front too, but right now I was more worried about the rear just because this axle is so heavy.
What did you mean by jumping it? When was that ever in the plan?
We've got axles, we've got drive shafts, we got 500 horsepower. What else would we do?
Do you see what I have to deal with, you guys, on a daily basis?
You don't have to deal with anything. What are you talking about? Oh, you get to deal with fun? Okay, so we've been reading the comments a lot, and the comments are going crazy lately on the videos, which is super awesome. One thing is people keep saying, what about your air filter and your ECU, that they're exposed? Well, the ECU is basically in the stock location. That's where the ECU used to be. They just made a cool little box for it. Now the air filter itself, the bottom of the air filter is at 4 feet. So if I'm in standing water, just sitting there, it would have to be above 4 feet before this air filter starts taking in water. Now, if you know about water crossings, as you move forward at speed, the grill in the front end creates a wake, which then creates a drop in water level right behind the grill. So at that point,
it'd have to be well over 4 feet.
It would have to be over 4 feet. But if I was gonna just go into water and sit
and just hang out
and just hang out for fun, I would have to be over 4. It would have to be over 4 feet deep to worry about it. So I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. Here, 4 feet puts us at the top hinge of the door.
I don't think we'll be doing that anytime soon.
So I think we're kind of okay.
For anyone that was concerned.
Yeah, all the fluids are filled and everything's torqued down. So he's gonna take it around the block and then we're gonna square up the axles. Yeah, and then
Notice how I'm carrying Jelly Belly because right now it's really hot in California, like I said earlier, which means the asphalt is basically lava. Don't let your puppers walk on lava unless their pretty paws are protected. Seriously though, the ground is really hot. Keep that in mind during the summertime with your pupper dogs.
Yeah, this is really bad. Oh, I see him. Came around the block. What?
It's from holding Jelly.
Oh, you got all dirty from holding Jelly? It's too bright out here.
She's like, what is that? Now, next up, of course, is going over all the goodies that have finally arrived from Northridge 4x4, which you guys might remember us ordering. Okay, that was a couple videos back at this point. But what's really cool is we got to order all of this as a single kit. Of course, you can order it individually, but Northridge 4x4 also offers it as a kit, which is pretty nifty because it includes your air compressor for your onboard air, and this is a twin motor air compressor. It also includes your air locker manifold kit for our brand new ARB air lockers, which I'm super excited about. Then of course, an ARB air compressor pop-up kit, and Kevin just tripped over something, that's really funny. And an ARB digital tire inflator. So it's kind of a nifty kit. And then of course, some of you guys may or may not have noticed that Kevin and I have never really carried a jack with us other than the factory jack, which isn't exactly adequate at this point. And so we've been talking about getting a high lift, but then we decided that rather than having our faces knocked off with a high lift, we'd rather this, which is an ARB hydraulic jack, which is really freaking awesome. And we actually got to see in action on the East Coast when an XJ owner came to our rescue with it, which was really ironic.
Oh yeah, I popped the bead.
Yeah, Kevin popped the bead on the side-by-side.
Yeah.
And we didn't have anything, I mean, honestly, on our own, we would have been totally screwed. So, XJ owner, you're rad. This was super awesome. We decided to get it for ourselves. And it comes with a nifty carrying case, which is also super cool. So, we're going to work on getting all this installed because right now we have ARB air lockers, but they're not hooked up. So, that's next.
Sounds like a duck laughing. So the bracket for the twin ARB pumps is super simple. It just takes these two bolt holes. It has a second bracket that mounts to it with this little guy here, and then the ARB pumps will literally, the brackets will just match right up to that. It's very, very quick install. The longest part is going to be the wiring and the switches and the fun stuff.
That won't take that long.
See.
Look at this dope AF little mounting bracket that Danny made.
Gotta make it right.
Gotta make it right for our air locker manifold.
Damn, Daniel.
Oh, get it! That works! It works! Because this is his name.
That's Daniel. Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
C. Now while Mr. Danny finishes wrapping up with our new ARB air lockers, you guys might have noticed that now we have lockers, A-pillar lights, front bumper lights, the LP6s.
The LP6s take 3 switches. low, high,
I've
and
ran out of hands because I'm holding the phone. And then we have the compressor. We're a little above the 4 original auxiliary switches we were given with the JLU Rubicon. So what are we going to do about that, Kevin?
Well, check this out.
So Kevin just finished installing our brand new Switch Pro. Look at this bad boy. Now we don't have them labeled yet because they come with all of these. Actually, there's 2 pages, so there's a whole other page. But literally, you can assign so many things, all the things to these buttons. And look how awesome that's like. It's just so seamless. I love it so much. Look at it. It's just like,
it's super solid, look.
yeah. It's like, that's not going, like that's not going anywhere. Dude, that looks so good. It's so sleek and functional. And we still actually have the use of our 4 original auxiliary switches as well, which is super cool. But let's look under the hood.
So what's also super awesome is they have a panel here specifically for the JL. And look how sleek it is. This whole panel power system, this is it. This is your whole panel like distribution block. Most companies have like a box and then you run all your wires to each of the terminals. This one literally has a plug and has all the wires running off of it. So this is
Obviously,
what you would
we
run.
have hooked none of them up.
No,
However,
yeah, not yet.
it's just like,
Yeah,
you can run so many things.
Run all the things.
So many wires for activities.
Yeah, you can definitely run all the things.
And you know what that means? Light bars. We can have all the light bars.
No.
So Kevin made the decision to put our Baja Design Squadron Sports, which are on our A-pillar, and of course the Baja Design LP6s, the high beams and the low beams, all on the original Rubicon auxiliary buttons. We just figured we'd keep all the lights in one place until we get all the light bars. Oh, you know, just preparing for all those light bars that Kevin's gonna install on the Jeep.
Oh, what a butthead. Light bar, light bar, light bar, light bar.
All the light bars. So for the record, for anyone who's curious, so we've got our front lockers, our rear lockers, our air compressor, and then none of these are used yet. But I'm just preparing.
Maiden voyage time.
And that about sums up day 8, I think. Which, I mean, we got just about everything accomplished that we set out to accomplish today, minus getting the AC charged. But we did get an appointment set up to get the AC charged.
Sort of.
Because we can't do it here. We do have to go to a Jeep dealership because the new ACs are like fancy schmancy.
I don't know. It's, yeah, some new stuff. But we get to take the Jeep home tonight.
But we get to take the Jeep home. So we get to drive it
It is our first time driving it.
for the first time ever. And I'm really, really excited about this.
Wait, are you going to film that too?
Maybe, I don't know. We can't get on it yet. Kevin has to ease off the throttle. We can't
Whatever.
step on it yet.
Such a negative note.
We just get I'm not being negative. I'm just saying you're
There's no good
Danny!
reason. There's no good reason other than you guys are saying not to.
Say it one more time. What is Kevin not supposed to do on the way home?
Drive it like you stole it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to do that.
C.
Not supposed to do that.
Not supposed to do that. We're supposed to drive it like
Taking all the
normal,
fun.
regular
How about you
people.
just take the other Jeep home?
Just
I'll take this
driving
home.
home.
That way nobody has to be with me. I can do what
We
I
gotta
want.
make sure everything's functioning right before you try to blow up the second motor in our 1-year-old Jeep. All right, you guys, we love you. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all of your Lite Brite Nation merch at LiteBriteStudios.com. All of your Lite Brite Nation decals at PixelDecals.com. We love you. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Which the Stepchild might look a little bit different the next time you see her. Bye!
Later, guys.
Mwah! hopefully the last day.
That way we're not ripping shocks. That way we're not ripping shocks apart or blowing them up.
Okay.
That way we're not. Oh, I can see him right now. This whole panel. So, we have some subscribers. They're LAPD, and they're gonna go scare Brittany. Remember that guy that called in saying we were towing over the legal limit even though we weren't? I told him to go talk to Brittany and say that somebody called to file a complaint. I wish I could get it on camera, but she'd know, so we'll have to sneak in. Dang it. I want to get this on camera for you guys, but one, I don't want to get them on camera and get them in trouble, so I don't know how that works. But I also don't want her to know right away. Did they get you?
That's so funny. Yeah, why weren't you filming? You should have been filming because I was like legit about to get so pissed. Because I don't want you guys in the video because I don't know if
So I didn't put you guys in the video
but...
at all. I just got your backs. I didn't know.
Okay.
I don't know, you know.